I want to talk about something you wrote in August, which is the role of likability in politics. Because one of the things that you and I were talking about off the air before we got started is that there is so much negativity in political discourse and in media these days. And in everything I was just pointing out from especially right wing media, but let's face it, mainstream media too. It's a lot of this is bad, but this is bad. And so in that kind of environment, voters tend to not want to engage with, well, what is your position on school choice or housing affordability or whatever other issue they tell pollsters really matters to them. They tend to default to likability. And one thing you wrote is Ronda, his big challenge is this guy is, let's say, personality challenged. He doesn't seem to really like people. And the feeling is very mutual. What did you find in looking at the data on this?
Yeah, it seems in some ways obvious, but I hadn't seen anyone really engage with this issue of likability. And we have all these poll questions about do you have a favorable or unfavorable view of various candidates? There's other ways of getting at it as well. And if you look at one of the reasons I think people like Trump or Barack Obama or Bill Clinton or George W. Bush were successful is I think they really relished the opportunity with engaging with people and albeit in very different ways. I think Trump really enjoys the kind of adulation and this kind of love that his followers throw at him. But I think it is genuine in many respects, and I think people can see that it's not something that's easy to fake. And I think it ties them much more closely to him. Say, wow, if this person is so engaged and really enjoying, the people that are attending his events, his speeches, then right, he must be looking out for our interests. He must care about us. He'll defend us against our political enemies. And I think Joe Biden, for at least through most of his career, I would say, shared that kind of idea where he also liked engaging with folks. There were all these memes that I think that the Onion and other folks produced. I think it was mostly during his vice presidency about average Joe working on his Corvette and talking with folks. And there's pictures of him sometimes awkwardly engaging with voters. Might make you somewhat uncomfortable, but again, I think there was a genuine enjoyment that he was getting, and that is something that is just absolutely absent when you look at the way Ron DeSantis engages with voters, even voters that are supporting him. You just look at a guy that's not really having a good time. And you might think it doesn't really matter. We're not hiring a best friend or a buddy, right? This is someone that we want to run the country, the most important job in the world, and it really shouldn't matter. But it is an incredibly personal decision, and most Americans are not policy wonks. We're not really following closely a lot of the policy debates. In fact, these kind of feelings that we get from candidates become more and more important.
It's incredibly ingrained in we're social animals. And when someone is just cold to you, not interested in you, you can tell, you pick up on this. And of course, we've talked about this in other episodes of this show. When I do the roundtable, I was a longtime chief of staff and political operative in New Hampshire. And my co-panelist is former New Hampshire Congressman Paul Hodes and a Republican political consultant, Alicia Preston. We talk about the New Hampshire experience, and there's all this video that's coming of Ron DeSantis, the campaign trail in places like the Red Arrow Diner in Manchester, which I got to tell you, I'm sorry, Red Arrow, I'm not looking for your sponsorship on this. Your food is disgusting. Okay, I've been there many times, and that's one of the reasons I have so much gray hair. It has literally contributed to killing me. And there's this video of him coming into places like this where you get to show interest in people, and he's, hello, human person, I would like to shake hands with you. It's uncomfortable. And of course, we've had the political blogger Kartik Krishnaiyer on this show as well, talking about he knows Ron DeSantis pretty well, and this is one of the least comfortable human beings in interpersonal interaction that he's ever met. Do I think that this should matter that much as a way to choose our leaders? I do not. I don't think it's particularly indicative of whether someone can be a really good president. But I got to tell you, your research and your writing does suggest to me that it does matter politically.